Hello there, and welcome back to Tatooine Tableflip. I am Jimmy, and today I'll be unboxing Firefly Adventures, Brigands, and Browncoats from Gale Force 9. This thing is heavy. Let's get this thing open and see what's in it. Okay, here we go. First thing we have is the rule book here. Printed on some nice glossy paper. It goes through, of course, the game contents and the tokens. There's a timeline. Turn order. Looks like it listed around the edge of the board. Skills and skill tests. Crew cards. Equipment cards. Tempting challenges. Looks like it's going to be a card type. Shooting, brawling, movement, crew actions. So it's going to be some kind of tests on dice. Lots of examples. I like that. Nice looking book. Looks like it's going to be pretty thorough. Visit gf9games.com for more jobs. Looks like there's a little bit of expansion to it available online. Special delivery. Oh, these must be the scenarios. Okay. Looks like map setup. Some extra rules for them. Mission end. There's 4 included in the box. These are printed on a little bit thinner, not quite glossy paper, but so probably would hold up to some handling for quite some time, but I don't know, maybe, yeah, there we go. Oh, this is cool. Okay. I love when game designers and game manufacturers create an insert for their games that are, makes the game very convenient for setup and teardown, that sort of thing. And these are actually pieces of terrain. I've seen these in some of the pictures of the game. They look like they're, if you've ever seen Firefly, you've seen people, they use these as offices or houses or whatever. They're shipping containers. And, and they have, so these are pieces of terrain, but they actually have spaces inside. I guess that'll probably match up with the player board, the game board itself, the map, I mean. That way you can move in and out of the buildings. Oh, that's really slick. I love that. But they've used them all as also storage for the pieces in the game itself. So that's really cool. And there's a ton of them. And they're pretty good. You see they're just folded cardboard, but they're pretty sturdy. They're a little bit heavier stuff. Not quite punch board, but pretty sturdy little boxes. I like that a lot. Yeah, that's going to be really cool. Get to those in a minute. Let's just get all this stuff out here. All right, we'll look at the dice next. I'll get the packet open. Make some specialty dice. They have the numbered pips on, and one side has, I see it's a crying face. The symbol the other side has the Serenity. 3 light brown, 3 dark brown, as you can see. That's pretty cool. Here's, got these off screen here. There's a ton of cards. It's a bunch of little packets. Down, I'm not going to open all these up. It'll be, it'd take way too long to go through this stuff, but we'll just give a little peek into a couple of them here. But there's a lot of packets of cards down in here. Oh, that's cool. Oh, I see. Yeah, all right. It's like the enemy cards. It's going to be very interesting digging into the rules for this. This game plays from 1 to 5, by the way. So it's a soloable game. Vera. Nice. These are obviously the equipment cards. Wow, there's a good deal of those in there. It's a packet of money. Let's see, it's all just bills. That's terrific. Oh, I love those. Those are great looking. And inside this, it's a large container. It's pretty good. Then we have the player boards. Mal, Jane, Zoe, Kaylee, and Wash. And I like that they could have used pictures from the show of the characters, but I like that they did this artwork. It looks like it's come, it looks a little like them, but it looks more like it comes from maybe a comic book that someone might have done. Oh, and these are dual side. Oh, they have a casual side. Let's see, let me get this in focus here. Casual side and a heroic side. So their stats change. That's pretty cool. Yeah, that's all right. All the characters. Here, I'll tell you what, let's do some of these first. Here are well, these look like a bunch of bad guys. Boy, those are all right. They're pretty sturdy plastic. Not so brittle that they'll break. See, they give a little bit of bend to them. Some nice detail to them. Those look all right. Oh wow, yeah, those are okay. These must, yep, these are heroes. Whoop. We're a missing Shepherd book. I wonder why he wasn't included. Perhaps he's in one of the expansions. I like this pose for Wash. That's fantastic. Oh, we get a little blurry there. Oh, darn it. Can't seem to get him into focus. Sorry about that. Yeah, those are all right. I think these are our heroic versions. So that's cool. They included 2 versions of each character. Yeah, it's pretty good. We got Jane with Vera there, it looks like. Yeah, it's all right. It's a weird color of green, but it's pretty cool they included a second version. Like some other cowboy types. Oh, his gun's a little bent there. Nice Western figures. Can use these in other games. Those are cool. Yeah, I like those a lot. And then, of course, they all came in these nice little pieces of terrain that, of course, were the inserts. Oh boy. All right, well, there's the tracks that run down the timer track. Looks like dead figure tokens. Intel, these are dual-sided. Yeah, those are all right. Got their little buggy, that little quad they use to haul stuff around once in a while. Various other tokens. These are really nice. They're typical punch board cardstock. They're really sturdy. Yeah, these are okay. Oh, these tokens show locked on one side and then some other stuff unlocked, or some other little looks like some kind of stats or effects. That's cool. Here's the map boards themselves. Again, nice sturdy cardstock. Dual-sided. There's 6 of them. Most of them are just like sand or dirt with some plants and rocks strewn around. The opposite side has a landing pad, some road, like cement padding that, you know, it's all busted up and cracked away. And these are just dividers. Oh wow. The bottom of the box here, this is the bottom of the box. As you can tell, it's got spaces marked in it, and it actually is one giant piece of terrain. That is fantastic. I love that. Oh man, this is perfect. Well, there you have it, Firefly Adventures. Look at all the stuff that's crammed into this box. This is unbelievable. When I got this thing, as I mentioned up top, it was pretty heavy, but I didn't realize they'd packed so much in here. Typically, before I film this part, I kind of like to go and read through the rulebook. I have kind of a glance through a little bit closer than I do during the unboxing. And instead, this time, I actually wanted to see what others thought of the gameplay. I had heard a couple of things about the gameplay not being very solid, so I went out and had a peek, and it seems that there's nothing really negative said about the gameplay. It's that with just the 4 scenarios included in the box, that the play is just very short. And so I'm interested to get into the rules to see if there's just some generic setup you can just do a one-on-one, or, you know, one against all, whatever. It is a cooperative game, by the way, and it's 1 to 5 players. So everybody can take one of the main characters, or I'm assuming maybe you play them all if you're playing by yourself. So that'll be interesting to get into as well. But I'm wondering if there's any kind of setup mechanic beyond the scenario, so you can just sort of kind of, you know, finagle your own thing and just to get some extra games in. As we saw in the back of the book, there is some extra content at their website, so I'm going to go over and have a look at that as well. But again, it just seems that there was nothing negative said about the gameplay, just that the game was extremely short, that it's really easy to play through the scenarios very quickly. So I'm definitely interested in playing it solo tonight. I'm definitely interested in seeing how that's going to shake out. Component wise, this thing has just exceeded my expectations so much. Using the terrain pieces as the insert of the game, and the base of the box itself as a giant piece of terrain, is outstanding. I think this is the first time I've ever seen anything like this in a board game, especially a minis on a map game, and I'm blown away. I love that they included the little bits of terrain to begin with, and so you don't have to buy anything extra, and that they incorporated the box into the game itself. I love when games do this, and or this sort of thing, I should say, because like I said, I don't think I've seen the box itself become a piece of terrain in a minis on a map game. These, I'm a little concerned with the fact that you have to take them in and out of the box, and you're setting up the terrain, and since they are used as the insert, that they're going to be handled quite a bit, and since they're not punchboard, they're kind of like a glossy cardstock. They're pretty solid, but they will probably wear, you know, in a relatively short amount of time, especially if you play the game a lot, as I plan to. I plan on playing the heck out of this thing. One of my favorite bits is, instead of tokens to keep track of your cash, they give you this this batch of actual paper money. I haven't opened them yet, but I love this. I love the fact that they gave you paper money in it. All of the figures are pretty well detailed. As you can see, they're all different colors, as you saw in the unboxing as well. That means you can pretty much, at a glance, tell who is who and what is what, and whether or not you're the playing casual or the heroic if you're playing with other players. Let's see what else. I love that they have the specialty dice with the two symbols on them, and those, I was rolling them around a little bit. They've got a good heft to them. They don't feel too light. They don't fly away when you roll. Sometimes you roll a dice and they just like fly off the table. They didn't do that. They bounce well, so they seem to roll okay. All of the tokens are all typical punch board, and it looks as if everything I need, at least for these 4 scenarios, is included in the token sets. So even though I believe there's an expansion, maybe more. I have to go look. You'll have to forgive me. I haven't checked into that yet. But it appears that everything I need to play this game is right here in this box. And that's something I really like too. Sometimes you get games like this, you have to buy an expansion to help fill it out and make it a little more solid, or a second copy of the game to help fill it out and make it more solid. This does not look like it's a taste of the game. This looks like you could just pick this up, and again, this is at first blush, so it appears that you could just pick this up and everything you need is right here, and you literally would never have to buy anything again if you didn't want to. Now, if there are expansions available, or they will later release expansions, I'm definitely going to pick them up anyway. I'm a huge fan of the show, and I just love having the miniatures. To be honest, I'm just glad that I have some miniatures of the Serenity gang. Let's see, I think that's probably going to do it. I don't know if I have much more to say. I'm hoping to get a proper review shot of this sometime soon, so I can go a little bit more into the gameplay and stuff after I've had a few games of it. So yeah, I think that's going to do it. Hey, you guys, you can find me online at BoardGamerBlues.com, or Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, all at BoardGamerBlues. Of course, you can email me directly. It's JIMMIE at BoardGamerBlues.com. What else? We have a Patreon. It's patreon.com/Tatooine Tableflip. If you want to go over there and chuck a couple of bucks at us, it helps keep the show going. And any help is greatly appreciated. It feeds right back into this, to the podcast, everything else. We have, as I just mentioned, the podcast. It is, of course, Tatooine Tableflip, the podcast. You can catch that on all of the available podcatchers out there. Let's see. I think that's going to do it. I think that's everything. So, yeah. Right now, I suggest picking the game up. It is absolutely worth the price point, just for the amount of stuff you get in the game, and hopefully the gameplay is going to stand up to the component quality. So, yeah. Alright, thanks for watching, everybody, and I will see you next time on Tatooine Tableflip. Bye!